Hello everybody, how is it going? So today we're playing a little bit of Lucci in OP08. Normally I'd want to test him in OP07, but it's a little bit more of a hassle right now to do that on the sim. So I figured let's just try him in OP08 when he gets even better. Not saying he is bad at all in OP07, but yep, our first opponent is against a red purple law. Kind of I'd say the reigning deck right now in OP08, but yeah, I think Lucci still has a very good, I wouldn't say a very good matchup, but it's still very winnable for him. I think most of the other decks in this format, like, it's still winnable against Red Purple Law, it's just Red Purple Law is probably the strongest. But yeah, this is, I think, my first game playing with Lucci. Obviously, like, I understand what all the cards do, how the deck works, but this was my first game, like, actually trying the deck. So, yeah, it's pretty fun. I really do enjoy just milling 2 every turn. That's kind of the Yu-Gi-Oh side of me, with, like, you know, Burning Abyss being one of my favorite decks. I love Dante. And milling 2 every turn is almost milling 3 every turn, so, you know, we're pretty close. We're pretty close. But, yeah, obviously we don't have any actual, when this card is sent to the graveyard, do whatever effects, but that's okay. We still get a lot of value from the graveyard, obviously, with Rebecca and Gecko and all that good stuff. But, yeah, I actually just play a Lucci on curve, which might be a misplay, because I probably want Lucci's in this matchup to, like, clear board, especially because I have a Soap Sheep, so it'd be, like, pretty easy. Also, that card is a one-of. I think I really like the tech, especially in this format. With Law being so rampant, it makes it really easy for Lucci to just pop 2 with very minimal effort. So that is very nice. Looks like, yeah, our opponent will immediately just raise max it, so goodbye, Lucci. Maybe should have saved it, but I kind of wanted to play something that turn. So I guess, yeah, if we think about it, we got one more card out of him. Alright, we'll take it, we'll take it. But, yeah, I'm definitely thinking of playing Lucci for OP07. I think, I don't know. Right now it seems like the format is Lucci, Luffy, you know, Black Yellow Luffy, and Red Purple Law. And I feel like whenever I play a card game, I don't like playing the most popular deck. I always like playing either the deck right under it or just Rogue. But yeah, I think we'll just play the deck right under Law right now. Which, I mean, in OP07 format, I don't know if Law is as good as OP08. Obviously, he still is very good, like, definitely in the top 3, but I don't know, like, matchup-wise, what is the definitive best deck. It probably still is Law, but yeah, I don't know. But right here, we have the Soap Sheep, but we're lacking a Lucci, so yeah, maybe should have held that. Would have been pretty good. I blame that on lack of experience. Alright, cut me a break. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I guess an L is also something I could play in OP07. I feel like I always have fun as an L, but I always feel like games aren't, like, super in my control. Like, yes, I can still play well, but honestly, sometimes it comes down to, okay, if there's a trigger here, like, I just win. And if there isn't a trigger there, I just lose. So, yeah. We don't love that, but it is what it is. I can definitely just Helmeppo. Do I have the, I might have the combo set up with Rebecca. Okay, no, I'm just popping one with Brooke. So, I maybe should have just Helmeppo'd and then done that and saved the Soap Sheep. But then again, Soap Sheep doesn't have a counter. It's kind of weird. Could I have popped the Law? I feel like I could have. I feel like there's definitely a better play there. I'd have to go back a second. Because what, I reduced, I think, the Pudding with my leader effect. So yeah, I could have just reduced Law, played Helmeppo, and popped the Law, which probably would have been better. But then again, like, Pudding is a pretty strong engine, so I don't know. It's probably debatable what you actually pop there. Also, I need to play around the 4-drop blocker Law more, because, I mean, I feel like most lists just aren't playing it, but I think on the sim, every game I have against this deck, they're playing it, so maybe it is more standardized, and I should just start respecting it. But another thing I've found about Lucci is that the game is very playable with very few cards in hand. Like, I always saw that with, like, people playing Sakazuki. I'm like, man, you're just dumping counter. You have, like, 3-4 cards in hand, and you're still able to make a decent play every turn. And I feel like Lucci can do the same thing, which is just very strong, obviously. This turn should be good. We have our Gecko. We're just going to swing 5 at the Law and reduce the other one. So we can definitely pop at least one of them. Probably not both of them. Yeah, but that's fine. I mean, we're still getting down. Gecko's just a ridiculous card, so we're chilling. Yeah, I might bring back Helmeppo in attack and Lucci in defense as kind of just like a bait to attack at 6k instead of my leader, which he'll probably take, and I'll probably just let the Lucci go, but it's almost kind of fine because we kind of want Lucci in graveyard, and we'll still have a Helmeppo attack plus like the Moria. I don't know, it's kind of weird because I feel like Lucci will probably get bottom decked regardless almost, so like maybe keeping the Helmeppo around is good. If he'd even, I mean, he might not have even respected the Helmeppo if I put it in defense or tapped, you know what I mean? So we'll see. He is on 6 Dawn. Kind of, yeah, I feel like it doesn't really matter what Dawn Law is at. He can kind of just do whatever. As long as he's above like 4, he has a decent play. But drops down the Sanji. We'll probably reduce. I don't know. What do you do here? You could just wall up with like another Sanji, bottom my either Helmeppo or Rebecca, and just play out something. I don't think that's the best play though. I think you definitely want to bottom one of my cards here, probably the Luchi, as long as you have a raise max. Okay, going 1 Dawn on leader. Going to swing at, let's see, goes at the Luchi. I feel like it's reasonable to drop the Rebecca here. Like, I don't hate it, because like we could pretty easily defend another attack coming from, like, say just a 7k from the Law. Okay, we actually blocked this one. That's interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think it's terrible. We've committed to defending. We should probably just drop the 1k. And I mean, if we have nothing to do next turn, it's like whatever. Okay, we're holding the Rebecca. Alright, we're holding the Rebecca. We dropped the 2k. Fair enough. Rebecca is like always a decent play in this deck. Like just Rebecca adding back a 2k or whatever is fine. But he does have the Gordon. So we do lose our Lucci. So probably not the best course of action, but we keep the Helmeppo. So we still ended up with an attack. So I guess we'll take it. We top deck a Kaku, which is not bad. Probably will get some decent value. It can already just pop the Reiju, which is fine with me. And it looks like that's what we're going for. If he taps his Sanji, we end up just kind of clearing his whole board, which is pretty good. But now he'll just drop a 1k to defend the Blocker Law. Gonna just check our graveyard. Rebecca has plenty of 2ks to add back, but I think we still have a Brook in there, which like could matter. Yeah, we do have a Brook. Doesn't really look like much else is going on with the Rebecca though. We don't have a Spandine, which is in this list just a 1 of, and I feel like playing it at 2 is reasonable, but also playing it at 1, like both of the numbers make sense because the card kind of just does nothing in hand. You just want it for Rebecca and Lucci, but yeah, it's I don't know, it's debatable. But we're gonna go 4 Dawn on Helmeppo, attack Law for 7, and we'll be able to swing for 10. I feel like taps the Sanji, so we guarantee clear the Sanji. But instead, he just lets it go. So we're just gonna go 9 at life. I imagine he'll take, and we'll just pass it back. I feel like Gecko is just what keeps Lucci in this matchup, and I feel like most black decks in this matchup. Obviously, like 4-drop Lucci himself is very strong against Law if you can set it up, but just having a turn where you play a 9k body, a 6k body, plus like a little one, and sometimes you even like play down a Rebecca plus a Lucci plus another body, so like you just play like what 3 or 4 characters a turn, and like even that is ahead of Law's 2 characters a turn. So yeah, it's kind of good. And also Moria just being a 9k makes it very hard for them to just bottom deck. Like you'll probably lose like the Lucci you play off of it, but it's almost whatever because you just trade it up with a 9k body. So yeah, and also we are just kind of very safe because for some reason we're still at 4 life. Like I feel like Law has not hit me very much, and maybe we've done a decent job at just countering out and clearing his attackers. So maybe I pat myself on the back. Maybe he's just trolling a little bit. Not sure, but we are gonna take that 5k. Yeah, at this point we just need cards. We have a Rebecca if we ever need to kind of play defensive for a turn, but we're gonna hope that most of our turns involve clearing at least one of his bodies, so we never have to deal with like 5 swings. You know, max like 2 or 3 with like rush characters. But he's gonna bottom deck the Helmeppo. Very sad. Cheats out a Black Maria. card is really, really good, but is not very aggressive, so once again, we're still just kind of chilling. I'm just rereading the card. It's pretty much just ramp 5 at the end of your turn, put back Dawn to equal your opponent, but in this case, I'm at 10 Dawn, so he just ramps 5. So, kind of good, kind of good. Thinking on how I want to do this here, I can pop this Sanji with like a Suru plus my leader swing, or I could, yeah, I think that's the only real play. Whether that results in game or not is kind of up there, to say the least. But I mean, popping the Sanji is still decent. Like, it's still a play. We could kind of just play out our whole hand if we wanted to, and just, you know, like Suru plus leader, bring Sanji down to a 3 cost, and then pop it with Kaku, and then Rebecca add back like a 2k. But instead he blocks with the Sanji, so yeah, now I guess we can like half go for game, which I don't hate. Let's just check him for 9. Yeah, okay, we're gonna check him for 8. Okay, so we're not committing the game necessarily. We can always just play a Rebecca or a Kaku after this. We're gonna bring down the Reiju. Just check our mills real quick. Nothing crazy. So this game we have not seen Stage at all, and Stage is very, very strong. It pretty much makes it so like baseline, any turn you can bring something down by 3 cost with your leader effect plus Stage. So yeah, it's very, very good in this matchup. Very good in most matchups. It's just very strong. So yeah, we're gonna go 8. He counters out. The second 8 he does not counter out. So we're just gonna Kaku the Rebecca, or not Rebecca, the Reiju, and we'll pass. And I mean, we're still at 3 life. We have 3k worth of counter in hand. He is at what, like 9 Dawn, because he ramped 5 last turn. My god. So yeah, but I mean, honestly, like the Black Maria is not that scary, like attack wise. So he'd need a lot of rush to even make this close. And I mean, he's still just going for board, which I feel like is almost a lost cause at this point. We'll let the Kaku go. It's kind of whatever. The other Kaku might also get bottom deck, but we're still going to have the Gecko, which means he's still going to have to put down a ton of blockers to attempt to live next turn. We still always have a decent play in the Rebecca, which I've been holding for a lot of turns, which is funny, but yeah. Rebecca also can add back like Kaku, which is kind of cool. We could like Rebecca add back Kaku, Suru, play out Suru from Rebecca minus whatever, then just Kaku pop. So that is a play if we really wanted to. Could do the same thing with like a Luchi, because we should have a Luchi. Actually, I don't think we do, because I think he bottom decked the only one we'd seen so far, so that might not be an option. But he's gonna Reiju, draw 2. Card kind of good. Gonna play down the Law. Obviously, I only have 2 cards in hand, so I'm not losing any cards. Fantastic. He's gonna use leader effect. Bottom nothing. Cheat out. Another blocker. Okay, so definitely is walling up. We find a Tempest Kick, which is decent. It's kind of just like a better Suru in this case if we want to pop something. So we're going to use that, and then a minus kind of whatever. Probably should have gone for the Sanji. Actually, no, this lets me like Rebecca and then just add back Brook, cheat out Brook, which might just be better in this case. Then adding back Kaku, and then just playing Kaku gives me more Dawn to work with. So that is what we go for. And then, yeah, we're just going to check him for 9s and 8s. If he doesn't get out of this 9 without the block, I mean, we're just going to slap all of our Dawn on Kaku and swing for 11. So I'd say we're in a very winning spot here. Yep, and he does just scoop it up. Only has 4k worth of counter. Moving on, we are against a Marco, which is a very cool deck. Very interesting. I always loved the Whitebeard Pirates, so cool to see him being playable again. I don't know how strong this deck is, but again, it's cool. It's cool. This video just kind of ends up being me versus, I think there's one more Law after this, and then this matchup, Marco. So, like, I feel like the red decks that are more prevalent in this meta right now are what we're playing against in this video. I did a ton of recording with Luchi, so if you guys are into it, there'll be more games. If not, yeah, I'll play some other stuff. I know someone asked me to try some Corazon, and I'm always down. We'll try to figure out a list for OP07. It sadly probably won't be very strong, but it's just a fun deck to play, so I'm definitely down to play it. He plays a Pilaf and then just attacks me for 5. I take just in hopes I get a decent play for this turn. Nothing crazy. We whiff off the Spandam. That's pretty common that happens. We don't play like a ton of CP9s. We do have the addition of Who's Who and stuff, so you know, it's not like we're always gonna whiff, but yeah, it happens. We're just gonna play the Brook, pop the Ezo, and just pass it over. 5 Dawn. I'm imagining a 5-cost Marco would be decent. Sadly, he can't like leader effect reduce my Brook and then Marco. He'd have to wait a turn to do that, so that could be the play. Maybe we hold out on it, but just gonna attack for 5. Yeah, I was gonna say we should use a Spandine here because we want it in trash anyway. So, yep, and a 5-cost Marco does come down. That card is very annoying for our deck because we can't really just like pop it as long as he has events. We're not like what's his name? Who's that guy? Sakazuki that can just bottom stuff if he doesn't want to pop it. Sorry, I got distracted. We're just gonna go 5, reduce Marco by 1. He's gonna take and think about whatever he got hit. Did not trigger it if it was a trigger. And we're just gonna play down Sabo. Seems reasonable. We find another Gecko and a Tempest Kick. I feel like, yeah, the cards here I don't really want to discard. Maybe we get rid of Rebecca or the Tempest Kick. I really want to hold the Tempest Kick. Okay, we get rid of a Jack. Yeah, next turn I guess we're playing Gecko anyway. I think we probably should have just discarded Jack and Rebecca, because if we're just gonna Gecko anyway. So I do think, yeah, there could have been better targets to discard there. My bad. But just going 5 with Brook. He'll counter out and we'll just pass. He's gonna play down the Ace. Reduce both my guys. I imagine, yeah, Brook is definitely gone. That's cool. And I think I should counter out of this hit, but I don't. I should just probably drop a 2k there, because now I feel like I almost have to take this one, which I didn't really want to. So yeah, definitely should have 2k'd out of the Marco hit, but it's alright. We'll live. Right here, we should be able to pop the Ace with our Moria. Just checking what we have in trash. We do have a Luchi. We have a Suru. We don't have Helmeppo, but Suru still kind of works because we can go -3 with our leader plus the stage, -2 with the Suru, and then, you know, obviously Luchi can just clear it. So we're still looking fine. We're gonna go 5 at leader, use our leader effect. We mill another Gecko, so we only have 1 more left in our deck. Or our life. Well, I guess we'll hope we find it. If not in this version, we do have other top end that is quite strong, so we can kind of cope without it. So we're gonna use stage first. Almost forgot. That would have been bad. Yeah, I'm triple checking. I do also have a Spandine if I want to go for that, but instead we just bring back Lucci plus the Suru. Fair enough. I definitely could have gone for the Spandine into Lucci, but I guess this way my Lucci is not tapped. I don't know. It might have been better to just go for the Rebecca play, quite honestly, but we didn't. Here we are. Because we would have ended up sacking off. I guess Suru still would have been around. Yeah. I guess Suru could have been a Spandine instead, so yeah, slightly worse. And we would have had a Rebecca. So yeah, it just kind of cost us more cards engraved to put at the bottom. And we know we're not playing, like, probably finding another Gecko, so I almost definitely should have done that. But then again, I guess it leaves my other Rebecca plays kind of better. So yeah, I don't know. I think I should have just done it. I think I'm coping right now, but whatever. He's gonna leader effect to reduce my Sabo, and then play an Otama, reduce my Luchi. I'm very curious what is happening here. Oh, it's Fire Fist. We just got Fire Fisted. I was not expecting him to be playing Fire Fist. I don't know. It's been a while since I've even seen that card, but did get some decent value there. You know, it cost him 3 cards and didn't establish really any bodies, and that's always been kind of my problem with that card. But still, you know, did get to clear most of my board. He's just going to check me for 6s. I'm going to counter out of both. And I assume a 4-drop Marco is coming. Because, oh, never mind. Sanji's Pilaf. Drawing 2 is pretty good, so kind of negating the fact that he dropped a lot of cards there is decent. Just going to probably Tempest Kick, just try to find something. We find a Jack, which is pretty good. We might as well just pop the Marco, and like if we want to, we can just bully it down a bit. If not, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's reasonable to just bully down this Marco. I don't know what I'm thinking about reducing. Like, there's nothing crazy going on here. Just gonna go 2 down on leader, attacking for 7. We'll bring down Marco one more time for fun. Doesn't really matter. I guess we could just like Rebecca, Spandine, Lucci, and then just like skip out on playing Jack, but I think just having the big body down is pretty good. Gonna go 9 at lead. I imagine he'll take unless he wants to Rad Beam plus a 1k. Does not, just ends up taking. Alright, cool. We'll play down the Jack. Jack is also nice because we get a little bit of cycle. I'm just rereading the card. Had to double check. We're gonna use effect. We draw a Rebecca. We're gonna get rid of a Tempest Kick. We're gonna pop the Marco. And we'll see if he has any events that he wants to get rid of. He does not. Alright, cool. So I guess he didn't even have that Radical Beam. Unless he just really wanted to save it. I don't know. Gonna go 1 Dawn on leader. Use his effect. Draw 1. Either stack 1 or put it at the bottom. Puts it at the bottom. Alright. We don't like that card. Still has 9 Dawn to work with. I imagine like 9 Beard is coming. 9 Beard is always good. He also does have access to 8-drop Rayleigh, which is a decent card. I don't think it really gets any value here. He needs a little bit more setup, I think. Oh no, it plays on the Rayleigh. So what's it do? Okay, so it minuses 3, minuses 2, and then it pops at 3k, I believe. So it is able to pop the Jack there, which is pretty strong. Yep. And just passes it to me. We top deck Annie's Lobby. Isn't doing anything. I guess if we need to bring something down more, we can use our Annie's Lobby, then replace it with another one. Use that one. We can attack with leader, and that would bring it down to a 3 cost. Thinking about the Rayleigh here. And then we still really could not pop it with Lucci. So, yeah. Isn't really going to affect any of our plays right now. I think I'm just checking out what I have in trash. Oh, Moria actually stays the 7k. That's interesting. I forgot about that. I'm still just going to swing for 7 though. He's going to counter out with a 2k. 2 2ks. Alright, we'll take that. We're going to go 7 with leader. Looks like he only has 2ks in hand, so we'll trade for either another 2 2ks or he'll just take it. And then we slap the rest of our down on Subaru and attack. That's the best play. I imagine we'll counter out of that. So we trade for a lot of 2ks, which is great. We're going to play Rebecca, grab back, probably Spandine, and then just like cheat out a Luchi to have an attacker. Yep. We'll bottom deck just our Tempest Kicks, plus maybe like a Khalifa or something. Bring out Luchi. I mean, we could pop the Otama, but I don't really know if we need to. Also, something that was pretty big in OP08 is we got Who's Who. I believe Who's Who he's OP08, right? So, yeah, just having access to another, he's OP08. Another CP9 2K is very good. You know, he's also a 5-drop, so he can be added back from Rebecca. So that is a very meaningful support here, and we're not going to have that in OP07, so that is kind of something to note. Marco's starting his turn. He's just going to go 1 Dawn on leader. Use leader effect. -2 to the Luchi. Luchi will probably die as long as he has removal. If not, I probably will defend it with my Rebecca's, because he only has 1 more attack unless he has like an ace. And if he has ace, I think we just end up going for a game, right? I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, we use 1 Rebecca to defend that. He's going to play Marco, pop the other Rebecca. Alright, so we end up losing the Lucci. That's fine. We still have 2 characters here. So he has 1 blocker, 1 life. We have 3 attacks. We definitely have like... I think we just check him for 5 here with leader, probably. Okay, we'll check him for 6, see if he even has a 2K. He probably does. Either he has a 2K or no counter, because you know how he was countering out the other turn. Does have a 2K. Alright, so we can potentially go for a game here. Okay, yeah, we can, because we can Rebecca, grab back out the Brook, and then just go 5 with Spandine. Yeah. Good play, me. I forgot about that. That's funny. Yeah, and then just go 11 with Gecko. He just scoops it up. Cool. Alright, last match. More red-purple law. This hand is looking great. We have a Lucci, we have a Spandam, we have Rebecca. This is everything I could ever want. Bar the stage card. And you know what I did? I greedy mulligan for the stage card. Yup. Don't do that. I think after playing a little bit more Luchi, I would know to keep that hand, but this was still like my 3rd game, I think, so I was kind of just really wanted stage. I think, yeah, the other hand was very reasonable to take. Oh well. Now we're just going to have no early game plays, which, I mean, I guess shit happens. It'd be like that. Rebecca and the Brook could be decent, but also, like, not really. Also, once again, I'm going to get hit by 4-drop blocker law. Like, come on, man. Like, I really didn't want to drop 2 2Ks. Is that really a misplay? I don't know. Whatever. It's not like we really have anything playable here. I just don't want him to hit my top end in hand. I'd let everything else go. Yeah, we can Rebecca add back a Who's Who. Just for fun. Just a free leader target for him. Oh, we get to cheat out Brook. Never mind. Alright, it works, it works. Yep. And we'll just pass. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. Here comes the 4-drop law. Say goodbye to both my top ends. You ready? It's so messed up. I remember this game now. I hated that. How did it hit both of my top ends? That was messed up. Regardless, hey, maybe we'll be able to keep either our Rebecca or Brook. That'd be cool. That was insane. How did that happen? That really is crazy. Our opponent thinking a little bit here. Plays down the Otama. Okay, so we're keeping our Rebecca, losing our Brook. He spent a lot of cards from hand, so I guess it's okay. All good, all good. Probably play something to re-ramp him here. Maybe a Shachi. Oh no, just a Sanji. Alright. It's gonna go 5 at me. I'll take in hopes I get a decent play for next turn. Not really. We find the stage though, which is cool. Rebecca has no good targets. I guess we're just probably playing Sabo. And then just waiting on the stage. So yeah, we'll just go 1 Dawn and later. Attack for 6. Mill 2. Reduce the law. We mill a Jack and a Sabo. He'll probably take, because why wouldn't you? We'll play the Sabo in hopes we find something good. We find another Moria, which is very good. My hand is kind of just like all 2Ks. And then like other events I kind of want to keep, but also like they're like okay to discard. Yeah, I feel like it's almost not crazy getting rid of stage there, just because am I ever going to have time to play it? Like next turn I definitely want to just play Moria, and I'm not going to be able to play it there. And the following turn, I'm just kind of hoping I find another 8-drop, and if I don't, I'm probably just playing something with like Tempest Kick into like attempting to pop stuff, depending on what I find. Yeah, what were the I think discarding Annie's Lobby is fine. What else did I discard there? I have to double check. But I think the discards were okay. I think I got rid of a Rebecca, right? I think so. He's gonna go 5 at me. I'm just gonna free block with the Sabo because he only has 3 Dawn this turn, so I feel like that's pretty reasonable. He's gonna play down the pudding. Bottom deck my Rebecca. Goodbye, Rebecca. And cheat out. Hopefully something to re-ramp, because if not, he's gonna be at 3 Dawn again next turn, and that's not very good. Cheats out a Reiju. Okay, so he is at 3 Dawn again next turn, which is, I mean, it's good for me. It does get to draw 2 though, which is it's reasonable. It's good. He could He could attack with the blocker law here. I don't think that's bad. I think Sanji can also attack, right? I think that was played last turn. Yeah. Just gonna go 6 at me. I'll counter for 2. He's probably gonna swing with the law too. Yeah. And we'll counter. Nope. We're gonna find another Rebecca. Fair enough. So now let's see what we can do here. We gotta check our trash. We don't have a Lucci in there. We have a Rebecca and a Suru. Probably want to swing with leader first, see what we find. We'll reduce the Reiju. We don't mill a Lucci. Alright, this turn's going to be a little bit rough. I guess we're just getting value Gecko instead of popping anything. Right, we're just Rebecca adding back maybe a Jack or something, and then just playing Spandam. Yeah, are we gonna swing with Sabo? I don't hate swinging with Sabo. Honestly, we kind of need to fight back somehow. So yeah, we're gonna go 6 at the Law. He lets it go. We'll play Moria, grab back out Rebecca, and the Spandam. We'll Spandam first in hopes we find a better add back with the Rebecca. Okay, we just add back Sabo. Yeah, it's not the best. Adding back Jack would have given us a play for the following turn, but also I don't know if we would have had room to play Jack if we're really just getting rushed down like this. Again, he is just kind of stuck at 3 Dawn, so we're kind of always safer than we think we are, so there is that. My opponent playing down the Zoro, using leader effect, bottoming. Oh, it got bottom there? What do you bottom deck? Oh, wait, what? Oh, my Rebecca. And oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Cheats out a Kitten Killer. So we're gonna have to deal with a lot of attacks this turn, but I still think we're living pretty okay. Our next turn still doesn't look too great. We counter out of the 6. We're gonna counter out of this 5 most likely. We have Kaku or Sabo. We might want to hold the Kaku because it's our only form of removal right now. Yep. Can clear the Spandam. Sure. Then it's what, 5, 5, 7. So we'll probably end up just taking the 7. We'll counter out of these 5s with the Rebecca and maybe just a 2K, which feels a little bit bad, but oh no, we're countering with Kaku. Alright, that's raw. We're just hoping on top deck. And whatever this card is in life, I guess we'll see. We'll counter with 2K there. I guess we're just holding the Rebecca as our play, which isn't the best, but it's okay. Oh, we find another Kaku. See? Never even mattered. Hey, we top deck our last Moria. Was that our last Moria, or is that a different game? No, that was only our 3rd Moria. Okay. Alright, well now we have, now we're looking pretty good. Crazy how much that changed. We can now use Tempest Kick, reduce something by 3. We'll probably go after the Kitten Killer just because it's the biggest body on board right now. We can play down Suru if we want to. Ideally, we'd be able to pop the Sanji as well, but I don't think that's happening. So we'll go 5 at life, reduce Zoro. I probably should have just attacked one of his characters. I'm not quite sure why I didn't. Why didn't I? I don't really know. That's a good question. Whatever. That's a misplay probably. We're playing Gecko. We're bringing back Luchi. We're probably bringing back a Spandam because we don't really need to help Meppo anything. We'll use Spandam first. We'll find another Luchi, I guess. It's not bad. It's a decent play for next turn. We'll use Luchi, just put back some field spells, and our Gecko. Pop the 2 guys. And yeah, I think we definitely have to swing with the Sabo here. It's like, it's a little bit scary, but like honestly not really. He's still only on 3 Dawn. And we have a good amount of cards in hand now. We have 3 2Ks, 2 1Ks, plus 1 life. So swinging with the Sabo I think is pretty reasonable. We're not really going to die. He is going to counter for the Reiju with 3 1Ks. Okay, well, I guess we'll just clear the Sanji with the Moria. If I swung leader at maybe the Reiju that turn, I possibly could have cleared that. I probably would have cleared 1 more body if I attacked a character instead of his life. Not really sure why I did that. I think I just got caught up in figuring out what I wanted to pop with the Moria, and yeah, I just got distracted. But yeah, a misplay, most definitely. He's going to check me for 5. We'll counter. Yeah, I was going to say, like, at this point, if you can't kill me, like, it's just game. I have 2 Morias, 2 6K bodies. We're in there. But anyways, I will throw up this deck list. Deck is very good. It's a lot of fun. If you enjoyed playing Moria or Sakazuki, I imagine you'll still enjoy playing Luchi whenever he's out. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.